I admire Peter Dutton's courage in putting nuclear power on the table. And I think he's winning the debate on that. It'll be slow and there'll be polls that'll go in different directions, but I believe deep down that the other side of politics would have hoped that the world would have come to an end when he committed himself to looking at nuclear. But the world has changed. We're no longer haunted by Hiroshima and Nagasaki or 3 Mile Island and Chernobyl and Fukushima. It has moved on, particularly younger people.
They have.
Younger people have a much more mature attitude than old fellas like me on that.
Everybody's focused on the price of energy. They're not focused enough on its reliability. You won't have industry.
No, you're right,
You will not
Tom.
have middle-class jobs if you don't have reliable energy. And we're going down a road where we're going to have unreliable energy. And I think in addition to that, I think they really are getting it. They're starting to understand that renewables are not as renewable as people make out. They don't give you anything like the reduction. You've got to make them with coal. You've got to put them in frames made with coal, dirty coal in China as it happens. You've got to ship them here. You don't get if you had 100% renewables tomorrow, you wouldn't get 100% reduction in emissions. It'd be more like 50%. It turns out that nuclear can give you the reliability, and it does give you, if you're worried about emissions cuts, much more effective emissions cuts than renewables. I think, younger, as you say, this is the thing you always understood about Australians. They're not mugs.
No.
And
no, they're certainly not.
I think they know they're being...
I think they know
not being treated with very great integrity by the people in charge of the so-called energy transition at the moment. They're not being told about the trade-offs, but they're starting to work out what they really are.
They are, and their instinct tells them. We have hundreds of years of coal reserves. We have an enormous amount of gas. We have 38% of the readily recoverable world reserves of uranium. Now that is, in terms of fossil fuels, that's the greatest blessing that Providence has given any country.
Yes.
Yet we're walking away from it.
Deliberately, saying to the Americans and the Brits who are saying nuclear is going to be a big part of the energy future, and we walk away and say, no, we won't join in research with you.
I think this is seeping through, and it's probably seeping through a good deal more than many on the left-hand side of politics thought. And there's something fundamentally odd about a party that for years has built a reputation on the grit of hard-working men in mining communities and so forth, being told, well, we've got to walk away from fossil fuels. Why? Why?